Hi, my name is Kendra, and I am the creator of this YouTube page called His Grace, Our Story. And I kind of just wanted to introduce myself and talk about why I made this page. So basically, God has just been amazing in my life, and He has helped me with so much. A little backstory is I got addicted to drugs at a very young age. I just turned 16 and I just got my provisional license, and I was so excited because I could finally drive without adults. And I was driving my friend home, and after driving him home on the way back, I ended up getting in a car wreck. Well, this was when they used to hand out painkillers like candy. So I ended up getting addicted to painkillers. And I actually, after that, I ended up meeting a bad guy, and I was in an abusive relationship for about 4 years. And I ended up getting addicted to other things as well. So I was addicted to painkillers, meth, heroin, cocaine. Luckily, I never shot up, but I definitely was addicted to all of those things. And I was kicked out of my house because of that, and that's actually what woke me up. So I lived on the streets for about a year, and with God's grace, He helped me get clean. And so after I got clean, I ended up meeting my husband, and he actually used to be an alcoholic in the past, so we understand the addiction parts of each other great, and we help each other stay clean because I'm not a drinker. And so we ended up having a daughter, and when we did, that was kind of a hard story. So basically not she, but basically I was sick the whole entire pregnancy, but thank God there wasn't complications or anything. And so I was 41 weeks pregnant, and I still didn't have her. So they were like, let's induce her. So they induced me, and I wasn't dilating. So they were like, let's give her a cook balloon to make sure that she dilates. And I still was not dilating. So they ended up giving me, no, after that, when they pulled the cook balloon out, my water broke. And so I told them, I want the epidural. Well, they had to give me the epidural 3 different times because they kept messing up. It was horrible. So then I'm on the Pitocin. Well, my daughter's heart rate starts dropping. So they give me something to speed mine up. Well, my heart gets so fast that they have to send the heart attack team in. So they check my heart and all that, give me stuff to make sure I'm okay. They have to turn off the Pitocin because she's just too stressed. So after they turn off the Pitocin, she ends up pooping inside me. And they were like, you've already been in labor for over 48 hours. You're not dilating. We're going to go ahead and give you a C-section. So when they did, they rolled me in there and they prepped me. And I'm like, something's wrong. And my husband's like, no, everything's fine. Because I have anxiety and OCD, literally diagnosed. So I overthink everything. Well, he was like, you're fine. Everything's fine. And I was like, no, something's wrong, because it's more than pressure, but it's not pain. And so when they pulled my daughter out, she had swallowed the poop, so they had to suction it out of her. Well, they ended up giving her a hole in her lung, which I think is called a hemothorax or something. But when they, after they suctioned it out and she got the hole in her lung, they had to rush her to the NICU. So they tell my husband, do you want to go with her? So he does. And when my husband comes back, I'm knocked out because they had to put me to sleep because they cut my artery. And my husband says there's blood everywhere, but he's like, your vitals are fine. So I was thinking she's fine. And they, so they put me to sleep, and they end up wheeling me out. And when I wake up, they're like, well, I'm sorry to say this, but we cut your artery. And your daughter was breech. So thank God they gave me a C-section, because I would have been pushing out a foot. But anyways, they ended up having to give me blood transfusions for the next couple days. And it is crazy. When you are low on blood, you really do feel tired. They kept asking me, do you feel tired? And I didn't think I did. But once they gave me my blood back, I realized, yes, I was tired. But Then when they took her to the NICU, she was in there for 16 days. I didn't get to hold my daughter until 1 week of her being born. And the only reason why I got to hold her was the nurse said, "Hey, have you got to hold your daughter yet?" And I said, "No." And she was like, "Well, do you want to?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course, but I don't want to pull her chest tube out." And she was like, "I will make sure that you don't." So if you look at my YouTube post, that was the first time I ever got to hold my daughter. So I just wanted to, share our story on here and talk about some things that we've been through and talk about how God has saved us and how he saves us every day. I also wanted to start reading the Bible again. So for any of you guys that, want to read the Bible and, you know, um, get back in with God, um, not that God ever left us, of course, but you know what I mean. Like this video and subscribe to me because I'm going to start reading from the Bible. And my Bible's pretty cool because it actually explains some of the verses and what they mean. And I really like that. So, yeah, every day I'm going to be reading from the Bible, and then I'm going to be showing my daughter and showing how good she's doing. And I also love to read Bible verses to her and sing to her. So you'll be seeing some of that. And you'll be hearing inspirational quotes and, inspirations on how to stay off drugs. And if any of you guys can relate, please let me know. And yeah, please subscribe to me. And if you want to see more of this content and just hear our story and read the Bible with me. Thank you.